Alleged sexual assault of a 5-year-old girl in Twin Falls has created controversy because of the ethnicities of the boys accused of the assault. Twin Falls prosecuting attorney Grant Loeb said 3 boys were involved and are being charged with a crime, but because they're juveniles, specific details of the case are sealed. Now we're hearing from the alleged victims' families' attorney for the first time about how they are doing. Joe Paris is in studio. So, Joe, what is the attorney saying?
Well, he says the family is having a hard time dealing with the situation, and their attorney, Mark Gary, tells us the parents' primary concern, though, is the well-being of their daughter and getting the justice she deserves.
This is a serious offense against a young child. It's been handled seriously.
A 5-year-old little girl, who her family's attorney says is developmentally delayed, allegedly assaulted by 3 boys, aged 7, 10, and 14.
You've got a child that's struggling, and now, she's become traumatized.
The family's attorney, Mark Gary, says based on the little girl's account to her parents, it was a gang rape.
This little girl had been and was raped and terrorized.
Twin Falls County Prosecutor Grant Loeb previously said that one of the 3 boys had physical contact with the girl. However, he says all 3 are being charged with the crime, but because the case is sealed, he can't specify the charges.
The charges that we filed on this case are the most serious possible charges that can be filed given the evidence that we have.
Gary says the family moved out of the Fawnbrook apartments and doesn't have much money.
Basically, the status of things lately has been they're moving from motel to motel.
Their daughter, introverted.
Completely the opposite of what she used to be. She's showing the signs of trauma now.
I'm sure that this family is going through a lot of hardship, and I sympathize with that, and to the extent that my office can help with that, we will.
There were rumors circulating when this story first came to light that the boys were Syrian refugees.
And there's been an attempt to create backlash against refugees and against my office.
Twin Falls officials say the youngest is of Iraqi descent and the 2 older ones are Sudanese. They say all 3 have been in the U.S. for less than 2 years, but are unsure if they're refugees.
An incident like this feeds right into that distrust and that suspicion.
Both attorneys say they are pursuing this case aggressively.
And I certainly intend to do everything I can to get these people justice.
My only motive is to see justice done in this case.
The 2 oldest boys were arrested, and a judge did release them on the condition to help protect the alleged victim's family. They are brothers, and their family was forced to leave the Fawnbrook apartments. Idaho law doesn't allow children under 10 to be detained, so the 7-year-old appeared in court and was also given restrictions.
Joe, thank you. Prosecutor Loeb says there isn't a definitive date on when this case will be over, but we'll continue to follow this story as more information becomes available.